To my knowledge.
To your knowledge.
I have no idea if she has some stray account out there somewhere. But hey, you can't really put it past him, can you?
No.
Even then, to be honest, I would not be upset.
Right.
I would not be upset.
Yeah, because me and my wife, we have ours completely separate.
Do you?
Yeah, it's not a trust thing. It's just more so. I don't know. It just works for us. And plus, with me growing up, and my mom and my dad weren't together, but my mom did marry uh, some guy, and then they got a divorce, and then she's married again. And it's kind of like, if she had combined finances, what would it take for her and everything that she had to go through to try to break out the joint accounts, and then also seeing what she had to do to change her name back to her maiden name after the divorce, and then get it changed again for the next marriage. And it's just, so seeing what my mom been through is kind of like one of the reasons why I was like, you know what, I'll just keep it myself, you keep yours, and we'll just kind of make sure the core bills are paid for and stuff like that. So it's good to get a different perspective of what you like to have it combined that way.
Right. And, from my point of view, what you just said could definitely work for, for you guys. And that's absolutely awesome. When we have those type of conversations, or we see those type of topics come up between friends, our perspective and is that I think that's planning for failure. You know what I mean? That's basically saying, okay, let's do this. And if it doesn't go right, then we'll be fine. I have a child with her, so I have no option but for it to go fine. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I hear you.
I would not let another man raise my kid.
Mm-hmm.
And she's stuck with me regardless, because she now has my child, which is the best thing that ever happened to me. So I'm going to right. So I'm going to do everything I can um, to make sure that this goes the right way. Right. So I'm going to stay away from temptation, because we're all human beings.
Yep.
So I don't make friendships with females that goes further than hi, hello, are you doing okay? You good? All right, cool. You know what I mean? Because that leads into stuff like that. I make sure that I don't have any other avenue to, if I get upset, I can say, oh shoot, I can go there then and chill. You know what I mean? Because those small things gives you the option when you think there's no other option. You see what I'm saying? So I make the sacrifices on my end to make sure that I have a proper future with her, and not. And I get it. Money is a main driver in divorce
Yep.
all the time, and that could stem from me losing my job and then we know I have no more funds anymore, or me getting jealous if she start making a crap ton more money than I do, which works perfect in this sense. If you think about it,
Yeah.
let me humor you for a second.
Okay.
If you and your wife have the same account and she'd start making more money than you can spend more money, bro.
Yep.
But
Hot
vice
take.
versa, if she's making more money than you, got separate account, and you swipe your card one day and it declines, you ain't gonna be like, "Hey, can I borrow your card?" Nah. So hey, just some food for thought. I'm just saying.
Right. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to the finance, I know you guys are combining it. I'm gonna just kind of move on to the third segment of the show, which is the futures. And when it comes to your finances and your child, do you guys have like a 1049 plan or anything like that set up for his college, or what do you guys plan for that financially?
Well, my main plan, and it's, call it facetious all you want, but my main plan is to make sure he goes to college for free, like I did.
I like it.
So I'm going to put in the work, which I've already started, and making sure that he has all the skills, which it comes with, nurturing whatever talent I know God gave him that comes from me in playing soccer and running track. So
Mhm.
I've been nurturing that as much as I can. And one of the things that, because I know what it takes to do so, I've been trained on being a coach. I know the sport myself and I play the sport myself. So I should be able to give him the background to do so. But that's just me being a dad.
Right.
But yeah, so we've already come up with certain things that we wanted to make sure that um, we have in place. We already have a fund set up for him that's gonna, raise equity for his college eventually. Um, I'm hoping I don't need it. As I said, I want him to go to college for free.
Mhm.
Um, we've spoken about making sure that there are certain things in place that we could pass on to him so that even after college, he'll be set. So let's say he gets out of college and doesn't have a student loan, right?
Right.
That means that now he's out of college, he can now move into a home that was passed on to him by his parents, which now he doesn't even have to worry about a mortgage,
Right.
which means now that your kid is out of college, doesn't have to worry about a mortgage, already has a car, all he needs to focus on is getting a job and building his own wealth moving from there, which is one of the reasons, which is one of the things that's been holding us down as a society, in my point of view. We weren't able as Black people to pass down our wealth
Mm.
to our kids because in some cases, we didn't have that wealth,
Right.
right? But we don't know the value of certain things. We would go ahead and get a car, a Corolla, paid off, and then 4 years later, we're selling it to get a new one.
Mm.
Not knowing within that 4 years, your 14-year-old son is now 18 and he could use a car.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that takes so much pressure off of him worrying about transportation, but now he can worry about passing his classes.
Right.
You know what I mean? We for too long we've sat there and watched other people pass on their wealth to their kids, to their offspring, but we're just sitting here not knowing that we have wealth in so many different ways that we're not passing it on. Right. And so that's our plan, was to make sure that we build such wealth and pass it on so that when he gets out of school, even if he's burdened with student loans, he still doesn't have to worry about paying rent because he has a home that we've already paid for. And maybe he could rent it out and get money that way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like the plan. I like the plan. Love it, actually. Yeah, because I had to buy my first car. It's like $800.
Exactly. How many times have we seen white kids in high school pulling up with their father's old Chevrolet from 1920?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man. So talk about your son a little bit. Just kind of move on to you and your wife. Like, so what do you guys see each other? I know you mentioned a little bit as far as she becoming her doctorates.
Yeah.
And for yourself, what do you really see for yourself in the future?
So I really want to.
Well, let me limit your future here. Let's
Yeah.
say 5 years out. What do you
5 years out.
Yeah.
For 5 years out, I want to be able to do one of two things. I need to finish my PMP
Mm-hmm.
or get a PhD. That's the 5 year plan right now. I'm seeing myself doing something on sports psychology. Again, sticking to what I've been doing all my life, which is sports. But I wanted to get that type of experience to pass it on.
Mm.
What I mean by passing it on is once I've gained that knowledge that I need in terms of sports psychology, I'll be able to do that and pass it on to young athletes back in Jamaica, and to a further extent, reach out to athletes outside of my current zone here, but into diasporas, minorities, third world countries. And that is one of the things that one of the reasons why I wanted to start this YouTube channel, because YouTube reaches, and it reaches a wide variety. And so my focus will be, obviously right now, is on, football and Manchester United, but the more knowledge I gain on sports psychology, that type of stuff, I'll be able to pass that on so young athletes can gain that mental strength that they need to become the Michael Jordans of the world.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know you mentioned about your son trying to be in the sport, so maybe I have to check out with you at 5 years to kind of see, like, hey, did he decide to go into theater or? decide to go with the mom and with the with
That's
the
the
medicine.
thing. That's the thing. He won't have that decision though.
Oh
When you
yeah.
give him, when you give him the decision, that's where you fail.
Oh,
You know what
that's
I
where
mean?
you fell.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
you.
planning on living my life through that little boy. I'm planning to be his agent. I tell
Because
you,
you don't think he's gonna resent you?
huh?
You don't think he's gonna resent you?
Well, it's a really good question, because I'm planning on making it fun for him. If I know he doesn't love it, then I'm not gonna obviously not force him into it. You know what I mean? And when I say that I'm planning on living my life, him obviously it's tongue in cheek, but
Right.
I want to make sure it's fun for him. And if we have that relationship of us watching the games together, playing together in the evening times, and him wanting to be around me and do stuff that I like, then yeah. I mean, if he's the type who's not going to be into that and he wants to play a piano or go do theater, maybe I might. It's going to be disappointing, but
Right.
there's nothing I can do. It's the only thing I can do is like, all right, babe, we got to make another one.
Right.
this isn't working out.
Oh man, but he could be another Chadwick Boseman. Who knows?
He could be, yes, and
Yeah.
I have no problems with that. At least I know
Okay.
I be living in a penthouse somewhere in LA. But I still would be disappointed. I don't care if he's the next if he's a black Brad Pitt.
Right.
Okay, if he's not on the field going up for a header and scoring, then I'm gonna be like, dang it.
Well, maybe he could be like DC United. Just something local. Maybe like, yeah, I only play on the weekends because my dad.
Right. I'm just doing it because my dad wants me to.
Right.
I'll take that. I'm gonna be that parent in the stands fighting with the coach, asking him why my son is not playing. You gotta hold me back because I'm gonna punch the crap out of this coach because he has no idea what he's doing. I want to be able to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll keep up. We'll keep up with you in 5 years, right? How old is he now?
It's 2.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, 7's a good year.
7 is a definitely good year. By that time, he's able to. By that time, you might think he's able to make his own decisions. Might. Yeah. Should be able to pay rent by that time too.
All right. So for the people that are out there that are engaged right now and planning on getting married, what do you have to say for them?
Oh, marriage.
Oh, what advice? What advice would you give?
Marriage is a beautiful thing. You have to want to be committed to someone. You have to want, because it's not just the sexual attraction that you have to someone, but it's knowing that you can trust this person with whatever you have, right? You have to want that. And if you don't want that, then it could quickly and easily fail. I'm not going to be able to tell you something that you haven't heard before, but what I can tell you is when it comes to being married, you have to be able to communicate and communicate vulnerably. And by that, I mean complete and open, honest communication about what you want. You cannot be ashamed, to be able to tell your wife or your husband whatever that is on your mind. Okay. And I think I heard this analogy before I got married, and that's something that I thought was funny at the time. But if she looks just as beautiful on the toilet as she did the night before, then you should marry her. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I'm just saying, if she looks just as beautiful as she did the night before while she's on that toilet, then that's the right one.
Okay.
Just putting it out there.
Any financial advice for these folks too while they're having this this vulnerable, intimate moment?
Right. Man, financial advice. Know the value of your money. Know the value of your money. I'm not talking about time value of money and how much it worth last year as opposed to how much it's worth this year, but know the value of your funds and what your work is worth. You know what I mean? If you're able to get yourself in a position where your work, your time is valuable. You should be able to be utilizing that and utilizing it to the best of your ability. Remember, I said earlier that money is too hard to come by for me to just give it away.
Yeah.
You invest in yourself for the future. You don't just buy a house because you need a roof over your head. You buy a house so that you can gain wealth for your future, right? If you need a roof over your head, you can just as easily rent and pay and give someone else the wealth that you're doing, that they're gaining. So, value your money, value your time as money, and you be able to invest in yourself, which would mean you're investing in your family as well in your future.
Got it. Love it, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're down to the final 4 questions. Number 1, what does wealth mean to you?
To me, wealth is being able, and I know I've alluded to it a couple of times, but having the ability to pass down to your offspring, not just your blood, not just your good looks, but having something of worth, tangible worth that you could pass down to your offspring. So when you die, you've left something that they could then use to set them ahead or give them ahead. That's what wealth really is to me.
All right. So question number 2, what is your favorite financial book or non-financial book?
I would say my favorite non-financial book will be The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. That book has taught me a lot, and I'm still going through it right now. But it's basically depicts the institutional ills that we as Black people go through, especially Black men in our society right now, that we have to navigate every day just to become successful. And we're already playing behind the 8 ball. And this book is very popular. It's been around for a while, but The New Jim Crow is definitely my favorite book.
Got it. So what is your worst job?
Oh, my worst job I've ever been, I was a Starbucks team lead at Target. Yeah, I was a supervisor for that Starbucks section at Target. This was like 2014 or something like that. And my word, I had already graduated with an undergrad degree. I was doing my master's. I just recently got my green card, so I was working at Target as a Starbucks team lead, and by God, it was horrible. You think customer service is bad? Well, try customer service with people who want coffee. Okay.
So what did you like? I know it's your worst job, but what did you learn from it though?
I gained invaluable management skills and professional personable skills. Meaning, I was able to reach out and deal with people from a wide variety of backgrounds. I was able to manage situations that meant that I was dealing with someone who was grumpy, who didn't have his coffee at 7 a.m. in the morning, to someone who was crying because their parents died a day ago.
For some coffee?
No, so yeah, they wanted to get coffee, but they were at my counter crying tears because they lost parents, both their parents, and so you deal with people, different situations, which set me up very nicely for my next job, which was with Enterprise, who I eventually became a branch manager, and this was still in customer service world. So dealing with employees, individuals, etc. So that was even though it was by far my worst job, and I was happy that I was walking out, it was invaluable in terms of the experience that I got.
Good. Man, you always seems like you always look at the best of the opportunities that you come across.
100%.
So, all right, last question. What is your favorite pastry?
What's my favorite pastry?
Yep.
Oh man, I don't really do pastries. I don't do pastries.
Y'all do.
But I would say, because can we switch it up a little bit? I can tell you my favorite food.
There you go.
I tell you my favorite food because I don't really do pastries, man.
Okay.
I'm not a fan. But I'm gonna introduce your I'm gonna introduce your audience to dumplings, yams, and curry chicken. So boiled dumplings, boiled yams, and curry chicken, the Jamaican style, and boiled bananas. So you can put boiled bananas in there. And I'm not talking about ripe bananas. I'm talking about boiled green bananas. So don't give me that look. Okay. If you guys hear this out there, whoever's listening to this, don't go out there and boil ripe bananas. It's not a thing. It's boiled green bananas, boiled yams, and dumplings and curry chicken. That is my favorite meal.
All right. You're gonna have to probably send me that recipe so I can add it to the show notes.
Yeah. I got you.
All right. So where can people find you on the internet?
Oh man. So I'm on Twitter at officially Rome. Instagram officially _ Rome. You can go on YouTube. The YouTube channel is called The Fourth Official. Again, all you football fans out there, if you're looking for football content, I'm biased towards Manchester United, and I still talk crap about other teams and about the Prem. So if you want to hear banter about your team, or if you want to support Manchester United, come on over and subscribe to the channel. That's about it.
All right, Ron. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. It was an honor to have you on the show. And again, thank you for your service. I know that it's not easy to do. And obviously, this is something that you love to do. So I want to again say thank you for being out there and doing everything that you're doing. I know it sounds like very repetitive, but it is honestly, it's an honor to serve the country in the way that you're doing it. So
Appreciate it, man. We're out there during COVID, and it was fun serving the people of Maryland. It was really nice. So I appreciate that.
it's good. Well, that concludes this episode of About That Wallet. I hope this topic was helpful. If you want to get the latest episodes, please subscribe to this podcast wherever you're listening to it. Remember, it is your duty to know about that wallet. Take care, be safe. I'm out. Peace.